Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is going to be a good episode. We are talking about women's expectations when it comes to dating and why some women, I believe, will always be single. Men bring a certain type of logic that if women really took a step back and listened to, I think that it would make them see the greater, bigger picture, and there would probably not be as many of these lost opportunities. So, with that being said, we are going to talk about 3 different videos. I'm going to make it a little bit fun by ranking them. I'm going to start with the one that I think is closest to an almost okay situation, and I kind of understand where she's coming from, to the middle ground where it is a woman that is just not grateful for what she has. It sounds like she's maybe in a relationship because I think that she says that it's her boyfriend, but she's absolutely just not grateful and her expectations are too high. The third one is the furthest end of the spectrum where it is a woman that is really kind of hating on men. She seems to not like men all that much, yet she's complaining that she's not getting this from a guy or that from a man, so she's still talking about her expectations, even though she's putting hate towards men in general. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot of thoughts on that one, so hang in there till the end. If you guys haven't yet, please like the video and subscribe if you want to continue to see my videos. I upload once a week and it is on every Thursday. Believe it or not, this is my 70th episode. I cannot wait to get to the 100th. I'll have to do something special. If you guys have any ideas on what you would like to see, please comment below, because I got time to prepare. I have done other videos talking about women's expectations. I've given a list from 1 to 10 of women's expectations that men are no longer wanting to meet. I personally think that talking about dating expectations, it's tough because it's so personal and everyone has their own personal preferences. And some people will say, well, you shouldn't judge on that. But hey, if you're putting it out there on social media, you're kind of leaving it out there for people to judge. And I also think that women tend to post things about their expectations of men because, one, they're venting, and two, I think that they're trying to get sympathy. They're trying to feel validated for their expectations because maybe they're actually not quite sure if they should be saying no to this man or ending things with this man simply because of whatever it is, whatever expectation they haven't met. So if they can get online, post a video, and then get a bunch of women saying, yeah, go girl, no, you deserve better, there's going to be somebody else for you. And then on top of that, she's also getting a handful of men that are saying you're beautiful, and they're kind of simping on her. She gets a lot out of posting videos like this. Like, guys, that's why there's so many of these. With that being said, I think that this first video, this woman, at least in the very beginning, like, she seems very genuine and she seems like she's a good communicator and like she kind of has her head on straight and she knows what she wants. But the end of it, in which how she talks about the date and her reasons for her decision, I won't spoil it for you guys, but it makes me think that maybe her expectations are just way up there. Let's talk about it more after the video. I'll let you guys watch.
On my way to a first date, we matched on Hinge. I know nothing besides he's good looking and Christian. This is what I'm wearing. And I'm very excited. I'm actually not nervous. I feel like I used to think first dates were so scary, but then I realized that I'm confident in who I am and it's really just getting to know someone and deciding if you want to be around them again. So there's no nerves. I'm really hungry. That did not go well. Very nice guy. Very sweet, very handsome, very attractive, very successful. But I feel like I was just like talked at for the last 2 hours. The dinner was great, but I was just like, talk that. Okay, not compatible. On to the next.
So you're telling me that as a woman, you find a man that is religious like you, that is successful, and that is good looking. Okay, that is already somewhat hard to find. And men, you can attest to this too, because I think that it's the same thing. You have a hard time finding those types of women. But then you go on the date and those things are confirmed. Like those great things are confirmed. It's not like he shows up and he doesn't look like how he looked in the photos. It just feels like it's nitpicky to be upset about him talking at you versus talking to you. So not only is the expectation that for a man to just completely have his life together, have his stuff together, but on top of that, like he needs to be able to communicate well, make you feel good and seen when he doesn't even know you. We're talking about on the first date. So he is restricted to being able to do that and show that within 20 to 50 to 60 minutes of when you're interacting and when you're maybe not eating during dinner. That's a really hard pill to swallow, I think, for a lot of guys. And that's where this level of frustration lies, because you really, as a man, you can have it all. You can, take a woman out on a date. But if you don't have a well versed way of communicating to her, which let me tell you, a man that is maybe nervous on the first date, he might fall into rambling. He might fall into talking to you because he's nervous. And honestly, I think that it's a green flag, because not only is he nervous because maybe he doesn't do this that often, but it means that he's excited for you, that he likes you. Like maybe you've been talking for some time and you're actually his number one, or maybe you're his only one, because women don't realize how few opportunities men actually have, especially off of dating apps. Okay, men's experience on dating apps is not the same as women's. So he's not going out on as many first dates as women on dating apps. He's not well versed. He's not well practiced. He can't walk into the date saying, "Oh, I don't get nervous anymore because I've been doing this for so many times." Because first of all, men just don't have that potential unless he's like an absolute 10 out of 10. And the other piece of this is that women oftentimes, they don't reflect on themselves and like their own performance on the first date, because did she ask him interval questions, like, or did she just offer information about herself even if he wasn't directly asking her? Like, was she kind of like just jumping in, or was she just kind of falling flat, falling silent, and so then he was just trying to fill in those awkward silences? Did he ask her questions about herself, and did she just give flat answers that, didn't really take off? And did she ask questions back of him? That is some of the reflection piece that I don't really hear a lot of women do after the first date. Like, after the first date videos that I always see on social media like this, women are really just talking about like if the guy passed or not, and how the date was based on what the guy did. I'm really curious to know what you guys think on this. So tell me in the comments if she should have given him a second date, or do you think that she kind of made the right call, with you guys knowing how guys work? On to the second video. This video has actually been recently viral because this woman receives a gift, a very nice gift, by the way, and she finds a way to complain about it. It's just not good enough. It's not up to her standards, not up to her expectations. Before I say more, let's watch the video. Hey guys, the music on this video ended up being copyrighted, so you get me instead. So she just has on the video my face when he gets me cheap flowers, and she has a sour face for sure. Kind of some eye rollage. She is filling up the vase right? At least she's not throwing the flowers out. Oh, we get to the end and it's almost like she's smiling, almost, but then the eye roll and it ruins it. First of all, I don't know where she is from, but I don't really understand how those are cheap flowers. They look like roses, and I don't know. Any kind of rose where I live, they're not cheap. Those are nice flowers. I just think that it is next level to, first of all, have a feeling about flowers not being good enough. Like, I think any kind of flower is better than no flowers. And second of all, the effort is there from a man. Like, it should be all about the effort. Women that are not focused on money, not focused on comparing themselves to other women and what other women are receiving from their men, they actually would love hand-picked flowers from a field. Like, there's actually more meaning behind that, right? Because a man would have to take even more time and effort in order to do that. He could pick a flower while they're walking somewhere and hand it to her. And like that moment of just thinking about her and wanting to give her something is so special and so sweet. So when a woman not only is thinking the opposite of that, she has this expectation, she doesn't just keep it to herself. She actually does a video. She films her cutting the flowers and then, after videoing, actually decides to go through, put music on, put words on the video, and post it. I I just think that that is outrageous. I think that that explains and shows, demonstrates how she really believes her expectations are completely valid, and her reaction to her man not meeting those expectations, she thinks it's totally okay and valid to let everyone else know. And I genuinely believe that a woman that does this, she just doesn't know how men function. She does not know how men work, because you take something where a man has really given effort and you take it and you criticize it. All you're telling him is that it's not good enough. He's not good enough. Try again. And some women will think that motivates men. It does not. It does not motivate men. You want to motivate him to continue to do those efforts, you appreciate the initial efforts. The last video example I want to show you guys is, it's kind of sad how young this woman looks. I think that she just has a lot of learning to do, and hopefully she'll get there in the next 5 to 10 years before she gets too old to where she's sort of out of that ideal dating age. All right, with that being said, I want you to watch the video before I say anything more.
With the way my dating life is going right now, I feel like I'm going to be single for a long time. Like a long time. I literally just cannot stand. I cannot stand these vanilla ass men. You're boring. You don't intrigue me. And at this point, I'm like losing faith in all men. I cannot tell another man what I like to do on my free time. I can't do it. And I don't give my attention to anybody. And when I'm finally like, oh, like he's cute, like let me talk to him. You're boring. You suck. And I feel like from past experiences, I have the tendency to pick the shit ones. So like I'm just gonna stay away. I'm done. I'm logging off. No more for Bella right now. And yeah, maybe I do get a little bit jealous when I see couples out in public. I'm like, damn, that looks nice. Haven't had that in a long time. When is it my turn?
That is why this woman is most likely going to go through being single or having these like few weeks, maybe couple month relationships that then die out because the excitement is gone. It's not as exciting. Excitement is usually honestly linked with some amount of toxicity in the relationship. And you gotta be okay with boring to a degree, because she will learn. Because men that are genuine and stable and mature, they might be seen as boring, but you need to be able to, as a woman, enjoy like the little things in life. Like you need to be able to pull fun and excitement from normal things because of what you feel for your partner. And if you're just seeking that immediate, he's making me feel great and excited because he's this amazing person that does all this stuff that I don't do, and he's like exposing me to new and wonderful things. At some point, that goes away because once you learn all about him, you're not going to see him in the same way. What you need to look for is more of that genuine connection. So you should be able to have fun going grocery shopping. You should be able to love doing things together, doing hobbies. So you need to be able to talk about your hobbies, and you should want to. Like, even individually, if those are things that you really enjoy, it doesn't matter who you're telling it to. Like, you should genuinely enjoy talking about the things that you enjoy. So I really think that in this situation, there's a lot with her that's going on, but huge red flag that she is calling men boring and she seems to be looking to men to entertain her. That's not what relationships are about. As always, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this and what you think of today's topic. And I will see you next week. I hope you all have a great week.